On the day Benzema left the team, people applauded him, and many realized that the last member of the BBC trio had departed from Real Madrid. It was a journey that all three of them would find hard to imagine their future at Real. The fantastic combination of Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and Gareth Bale lasted for 5 years, rivaling Barcelona's MSN trio. They became an indelible memory in the minds of Real Madrid fans. It was a blend of Bale's incredible speed and explosive ability, Ronaldo's killer instinct, and Benzema's sacrifice and hard work. They haunted any defense they faced. Whenever this trio played together, the stadium erupted. The BBC not only brought goals, but also symbolized the perfect blend of technical prowess and fighting spirit. Now, Real Madrid seems to have a new trio in the making, dubbed BMW, Jude Bellingham, Mbappe, and Vinicius. These young players are full of passion and eager to prove themselves alongside their senior counterparts. In theory, Mbappe, Bellingham, and Vinicius may not immediately form a strong attacking trio for Real Madrid. However, there's one scenario where they could thrive, by positioning Jude Bellingham as a number 10, similar to how he played earlier in the 4-3-1-2 formation last season. In this setup, our two forwards would be Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius. It's a feasible option, isn't it? But even then, this new Real Madrid trio might resemble Juventus's Zidane, Inzaghi, and Del Piero trio more than the BBC. Back in the 1997-98 season, Juventus created an iconic trio from 3 unexpected names. First was the Juventus version of Inzaghi, who even scored more regularly than during his Milan days. Second was Alessandro Del Piero, a darling of Juventini. Both forwards thrived on the endless creativity of Zidane. Interestingly, Jude Bellingham's football idol is none other than Zinedine Zidane. All 3 players were key starters for Juventus. Zidane scored 11 goals that season, Inzaghi netted 27, and Del Piero an impressive 32. Together, they contributed 70 goals. Perhaps this could be a hint for Ancelotti. The Italian coach once overlooked this idea with Zidane, but he surely wouldn't want to miss such an opportunity again, if it proves effective. Now, let's entertain an even wilder hypothesis. Keeping the 4-3-3 formation intact. Vinicius remains on the left wing, Mbappe occupies the central area, and Bellingham operates on the right flank, similar to how Federico Valverde played previously. This would make the trio, let's call them BMV, resemble Real Madrid's future core. If we rewind to the BBC era, they could play together in the attacking positions. However, in the final stages, Zidane often benched Gareth Bale, opting for a 4-4-2 formation with Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo as the highest forwards. But that was toward the end of the BBC era, when Bale seemed to lose some of his peak performance. Things might be very different with Real Madrid's current BMV trio. The oldest member, Mbappe, is only 25 years old this year, and he still has a relatively long journey ahead with Real Madrid if nothing changes. The question arises, suppose Real Madrid brings in a top-class winger for the right flank. Would that form a new trio? Is Jude Bellingham necessary in this trio? The answer depends on the abilities of the young newcomer, or perhaps even Rodrigo. However, there are several reasons why people discuss the BMV trio more. Just like the previous BBC trio, BMV combines world-class stars who represent the glittering legacy of Real Madrid and guarantee both success and fame. Good performance is just part of the story. Brand reputation also matters. Speaking of brand reputation, the current BMV reflects the BBC in terms of roles. If the BBC were a movie, it would have all 3 lead roles. Gareth Bale, in particular, was born for decisive moments. He scored 5 goals in matches where Real Madrid competed for titles. This love affair began in the 2013-2014 Copa del Rey final, when the former Tottenham player produced a spectacular solo goal. In the same season, he scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, securing Real Madrid's 10th European Cup, Cup C1, with 2 memorable goals against Liverpool. Bale not only had those moments, but also impressive overall stats. 258 appearances, 106 goals, 60 assists, and 19 titles, including 5 Champions League trophies. In the new BMW trio, a similar role falls to Jude Bellingham. Last season, Bellingham scored a total of 23 goals for Real. Notably, out of those 23 goals, the English midfielder directly decided the outcome of 9 matches, securing victories for Real Madrid. It seems that without Bellingham, no one else could inherit the hero's role in those crucial moments at Real Madrid. Next up in the trio is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest with 450 goals in 438 matches, remains the top scorer in Real Madrid's history. No words can define Ronaldo's impact at this club more precisely. He arrived as a star and never left that position. With over a goal per game, Ronaldo scored 249 goals during the BBC era and 201 goals before that. He won 4 Ballon d'Or awards in 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. Ronaldo shattered Real Madrid's goal-scoring records during his years in the capital. He netted 105 goals in the Champions League while playing for Real, including 70 during the BBC era. He was the decisive factor in this competition, with 50 goals in knockout rounds, 34 of which came alongside Benzema and Bale. And the heir to the title of Real Madrid's outstanding player is none other than a die-hard fan of Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe recently arrived after a grand unveiling ceremony. Although brief, Mbappe's gestures during the event evoked strong emotions. In terms of pure professional ability, setting aside form factors, Mbappe deserves the top spot. Madridistas hope Mbappe can replicate what his idol did at the Bernabeu, even though it won't be easy. Karim Benzema, from being the second striker, transformed into a legend with 354 goals in 648 matches. He accepted the challenge of becoming Real Madrid's number 9 when he was just 22 years old. In a team that already had Ronaldo as the main goal scorer, Benzema scored 354 goals and provided 143 assists. His role as the second striker often overshadowed him for many years, but after Ronaldo's departure, starting from the 2018-2019 season, Benzema scored 162 goals in 236 matches at an impressive rate of 0.67 goals per game. Before Ronaldo left, he had scored 192 goals in 412 matches at a rate of 0.47 goals per game. In his last 3 years at the Bernabeu, he consistently scored over 30 goals per season. And the final member of this list, Vinicius, seems poised to inherit Benzema's role in this trio. Why Vinicius? Why should Vinicius be seen as the sacrificial player rather than the other two? Looking back at the past, Benzema was indeed a central figure at Lyon. His talent was evident in his final seasons at Groupama Stadium. Benzema's potential was no less, but upon joining Real, Cristiano Ronaldo was the undisputed star. Thus, Benzema took a step back, sacrificing for his teammates to shine and bring trophies to the club. Vinicius is exceptionally talented and has the potential to win the Ballon d'Or this year. However, having 2 main goal scorers in a team is challenging, and limiting Vinicius's influence could indeed happen. The achievements and records of Bale, Ronaldo, and Benzema propelled Real Madrid through a golden era, asserting their dominance on the European and world football stage. This trio will forever be remembered as one of the greatest attacking trios in football history, leaving an indelible legacy in the hearts of football fans. The tradition of forming trios continues at Real Madrid with the new Galacticos 3.0, Vinicius, Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham. There are various ways to distribute roles. Many might associate Bellingham's story with Benzema because both players play sacrificial roles within the trio. Meanwhile, Vini and Mbappe deserve to be the new Ronaldo-Bale duo, given their special connection. Vini is both a teammate and a competitor for the central striker position, and perhaps even the Ballon d'Or. While everyone's perspective may differ regarding individual roles, one undeniable truth remains. They all bear significant responsibilities. For the BBC, it was about reviving Real Madrid's former glory amid Barcelona's dominance in the early 2010s. As for the BMW, their task is different. Real Madrid is already highly successful, and maintaining that success falls on the shoulders of newcomers like Mbappe. Reaching the summit was difficult, staying there is even harder.